What's up, man?
What up, man? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, dude. Are you cold out there?
I'm warmed by my heart, by my spirit.
That's good. We'll try to keep that cold. I don't know how long you'll be warmed by your spirit. Oh
How
man,
you?
we got a special episode today.
Special episode. Play the music. I assume we did it. I assume we did
I don't know.
it. Who
Is
knows?
this a good
There.
one?
We're gonna cut it off and we're gonna play it like right now.
All right, bro. Check this out. That's so great. We're Writers Bloc. What's up? I'm Sam.
Marc,
It's Mark. We're gonna figure out like a rhythm, and we're gonna get super good at it, dude.
or we'll never figure it out, and it'll be this chaotic at the beginning every time. Sam could be right. Who knows?
No one cares.
No
But
one.
today but they will. We're talking about Mistborn. Mistborn.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So,
So if you don't mind, I'm gonna lay the groundwork here. Here's the baseline. Not about Mistborn, about the conversation. I didn't
boom.
read the book. I didn't read it. Not because I'm not interested. I didn't read the books. But
We're
none
both
of them.
newbies.
We're
We're both
newbies.
newbies. So like we I mean I read stuff, but I always read like so I'm a pastor, so I was reading like leadership stuff and like emotional health stuff and spiritual stuff. And just recently when I started writing, this is mostly this year, man, I was like, I got to get serious with. I started writing in 2024 consistently. I've written other stuff, but I started writing novels, and I said I got to get consistent with reading so that I just get it all into my system, understand the landscape, and it's been a blast. I started really reading consistently in 2025, and I'm reading purposely in the like fantasy and the sci-fi genre. And so I was like, I got to do Mistborn or whatever. So
Right. You
that's
almost said
why I read
fitness.
it.
You
Huh?
almost said you almost said fitness, and I was like, I mean, but you don't need to read in that. You could write in that.
No, you got to read too. You got to
You
read.
gotta
Isn't
read
that
it.
the point? Yeah. So, anyways, we both have started reading more and more and more.
Yep.
Mark is unfamiliar with this property,
Don't know it. I really
so
don't. I really don't. I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, "Oh man, how do you not know Mistborn?" Well, I'm in the film industry, and no one's ever made it in film. And I read so much in film that, like, before this year, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I haven't had a lot of time to read a lot of books that you would be very interested in. I've read a lot of properties and things that I've had to read because they're going to be made into films or they're getting transposed into that world in a TV format or a movie format. But like Mistborn hasn't. So like strange thing. I'm very familiar with the depth of Stephen King's Power, It, Turtle, Deadlights, Red Queen, all that. All the bad people were his universe of
we
what the
should talk
bad
about that at some point. But
that
I'm not going to read it because I'll be scared. But we
yeah,
should
okay,
talk
fair.
about that.
Let's just talk about it. But I'm familiar with it because the world is something that the film industry is diving into and they've been for a while. But I'm not familiar with Mistborn. So let's start out and without you having to just jump out there on a ledge, let me ask you some questions. um, I've got a few written down here, but we're probably going to go off rails really quickly like we always do. So let's start on the rails and I'll just be like, rails
Let's
uh,
go. I
uh,
don't
uh,
believe in the rails, bro.
we're not rail people.
I don't believe in a box. What is a box? I
What is
don't
a
believe in
box? The definition is unfortunate to me. I don't understand it. No, don't give me any math, bruh. Okay. All right. So give me the full awesome dude Jim Bro pitch on Mistborn.
it. I did a little short on this, and so basically, the Jim Bro pitch is the magic system, right? Everyone knows this is the book with like a good magic system, but here's where I love when when there's a really interesting way to manipulate a magic system in unexpected ways. Okay, so like it doesn't really matter the vehicle for it, but his vehicle makes sense, which is it's called allomancy. And I'm not going to get into crazy spoilers, y'all. This is just like a basic. We may later, but like basically they drink metals, like metal ground into powder and put in like a little vial
Like
and
protein metal.
protein metal. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, and this is exactly how the conversation will go with my actual gym, bro. Like protein metal, bro.
Yeah, you love protein metal.
Wait, what? Like calcium? Um, so not everybody has the abilities or whatever. But some people have, there's like 7 or 8 different abilities. And you drink the corresponding metal, and then you can burn that metal out of your metabolism, and it gives you an ability.
Okay.
One of them
Okay.
makes you strong, but also fast. So like
You get a Superman and the Flash kind of vibe.
what makes sense it's and nothing is that extreme, which I love about this magic system. It's not like you're
Okay.
Superman now. It's just like you're 5 times stronger than a person, and that goes to all of your physical systems. So
Okay.
like it makes sense if I'm 5 times stronger that I'm way faster too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not super speed. It's just like you're physically really strong and everything that means. And while you're burning this metal, you're not like it's like a whole until you burned it, like you can just keep running, you
Oh, so it's
know?
a resource that you can just burn out. Like you're the choo-choo train. It's your coal. Like push forward.
Yep.
Oh,
And you soar once you crash, you know what I mean? You got them gains, but you real soar.
yeah.
So like that's one example. The coolest one has to do with pushing and pulling, but most
Mhm.
people can't do anything. And then most people, if they have an ability, they just have one. So like they could just push metals.
Okay.
But that means I could throw a coin through you. You're dead.
Okay. Like a very, very, very specific Magneto character kind of vibe. But like,
And it's only push pull. It's only direct
oh,
lines. I can't flip it like this. It's got to go away from me. So it's all force vectors.
so it's magnetism, like in a literal sense of like you become a
It's
certain.
basically magnets, or it's like physics vectors. And so
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
very restricted, but that's cool.
That
And
is
here's the
cool.
thing too. If I throw a coin and it hits a tree and I shove it, the coin will be stuck. So when I shove, it's going to throw me back.
Got it, got it. So relationally there too, like you're not an all-powerful vector or magnetic pusher or puller. You're involved in the map.
Yep.
That's pretty cool, actually.
It's pretty dope, dude. So like
Yeah,
they just keep dropping coins and like launching themselves.
that's cool. Yeah,
But
yeah,
when
that
they in
makes
a fight,
sense.
other people might push the coin, and now the vector shifts, and you can just fall to your death. So it's like,
Oh, that's actually very fun. Yeah,
do you
that's
see what
actually
I
pretty
mean?
cool. Yeah. So there's intrinsically limits on the power, but you and me fighting these people, we don't really stand a chance versus Magneto 1/8 is going to completely run through us. Being will be like, we've got swords, and he's like, I have these nails, and we'll go, what are you gonna? Oh, you killed me. You killed me.
Most
Like,
likely, unless if you're not prepared, you're dead.
yeah.
But so the world counters. Like they have people that just have wooden shields and wear no
Oh
metal
yeah.
and wooden. They'll club your butt like a little baby.
Yeah.
So, like you better come right because
I love that.
they'll be like safeguarding like a noble's palace or whatever. Whole
Oh,
bunch of
okay.
people with just wooden shields everywhere. So you
Just
better be
super
careful.
skilled wooden shields and big old long sticks, and they're just ready.
Yep.
They just want you to come in.
Yeah, Stone Age type spears or whatever. So
Wow. All
yeah,
right.
dude.
Who's the Michael Jordan of this world? Like, and a book one specifically, and then
Book
do they
one.
stay Michael Jordan throughout the whole series? And you don't have to tell me why not. You could just say yes or no, and give me
Okay.
the info.
Book one, Michael Jordan is this guy named Kelsier. Blonde head, good looking guy, you know what I'm saying?
I know all about it.
Yeah, rugged. He's damaged from his past, you know what I mean? Carrying emotional baggage.
Yeah,
Perfect. So
yeah.
like, yeah, he's dope, but he's not really the protagonist. The protagonist is this kid who doesn't even realize she has the powers. So,
Oh,
tiny spoiler, right? And if you want me to spoil the crap out of everything, I can. Just let me know at what point we switch those gears.
well, I'll let you
Um,
know so we can let everyone else know. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So she doesn't. So you can push and pull on people's emotions too.
Well, okay. Is that everybody or some people?
That's just certain metals will do that. And so
Oh,
she's drinking the water in this nasty, imagine like kind of Oliver Twist times or whatever, but before
yeah.
gun. It's not
Mm.
medieval, but it's like they'll wear like trench coats and stuff, but it's just everyone has swords or sticks or dueling canes. Guns aren't invented yet. And so they're drinking this like corrupted water, but the water has minerals. And so she just knows that she can, if she pushes on you, she thinks it's luck. So she's pushing on you to try to make you do something else. And then she'll realize she runs out and she'll be like, dang, I'm almost out of luck. I need some more luck.
Wow, that's funny. That's
Yeah.
funny to hear that. So the Michael Jordan character, the real one, doesn't even know that she's involved in the power system of the world. She's just like, I'm lucky,
Well,
and
she
she
doesn't
can.
know he exists, and she's nobody. She's just like a street urchin or whatever.
Yeah,
But
riprap.
he has all the abilities. So he can feel like so certain people very rarely have everything. And
Okay.
he can one of those abilities you can sense who else is Mistborn. And so she's using her luck and he's like, this girl using luck. But she doesn't know that. So there's bad guys hunting them that you don't understand how they work, but they also have their own magic system and they're terrifying. Like,
Okay.
like they should be dead because they have like a huge spike through both
Mhm.
eyes coming
Oh,
out,
that's wild. Yeah, that's super
and
dead.
they're super strong, and you don't realize how they're not dead, and they're hunting Mistborn. So when she uses her ability, Kelsier is like, "Yo, you don't need to do that because you're
It's
gonna
gonna be a
get caught."
problem. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all, early setup type stuff.
This makes me think of a few things. One, I want to hear more about like the setting of the world, but before that, if you guys aren't watching, we wrote a book called Mr. Perfect Man, name pending. Anyway, it feels like she is Steve, although probably better looking and smarter by lots than Steve. And the other guy is Tom Cruise, our Tom Cruise, not the real one, except he's probably initially nicer than Tom Cruise, and he knows. Well, maybe okay, maybe the same. Yeah, it's just
He's emotionally damaged, bro.
he. We got another Tom Cruise, a Batman Tom Cruise, and I just feel like we didn't do this on purpose because you just started reading this, but it sounds like we've got a cool like friendship mentor thing that could happen in this book. Is that true?
Yeah, Mistborn leans into the mentorship story kind of structure way more.
Mm,
So like that's very crucial to the whole setup of everything. With ours, we've got a nobody who has the best ability, basically.
yeah.
Um, in Mistborn, she has all the abilities, but she doesn't know. So it's the
Mm,
same kind of thing, except, they go way more into mentorship and we kind of go into, I don't know, it's like Office Space meets like Mission Impossible 2 or something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
so,
yeah. I was thinking about our pitch, and I was like, "It's Office Space meets Mission Impossible meets Back to the Future."
yeah, yes,
It's
yeah, yes. So you want to read this. By the way, we're good writers. Like, we're not
we are,
discovering,
I promise.
this is like good. All right. It's
Yeah.
freaking good. Now, I'm emotionally invested in it, but it's good. But
Okay,
yeah, man. So that's the setup for Mistborn. The world is cool. This character dynamics, you can see how you can do so many things with that. And just the magic system is genius. And Brandon Sanderson said he discovered it or thought of it when he watched Phantom Menace and Darth Maul goes like this and throws something to the side to hit the switch on the door when he first.
I know when you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah,
in the
and
spaceship.
he goes, what are the vector physics like? Does it push back on you because you threw it that way? Like, how would that actually work? And I'm
That's
like,
interesting. Yeah.
that. But again, like sometimes delving into that realism of that first idea can just create a whole world, and that's what happened. And then he merged a bunch of other ideas, like the world is covered in mists at night, and no one goes out in it. They're like scared, and there's all these legends about it. And then he merged it with one more component, and this is no spoilers because it's on the back of the book, which is he had the thought, what if Harry Potter went against Voldemort and lost? Because he should have probably just lost.
Oh
He's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
so I'm going to set my story in that world. The hero arose and the hero screwed it up.
The chosen one went down, right?
The chosen one went down, and now we're living in the fallout of that.
Which is way more interesting, to be honest with you.
Super interesting.
Yeah,
Smart.
it's smart. A great starting point. You know, so continuing from here and thinking of Sanderson, who's just like a beast. Um, what did he do when you started reading it that made you go like, all right, we got to keep going? Like, I'm sure he did a lot. This guy's a an expert with the pen. But what did he do that you were reading it and you were like, oh crap, this is good? Not just because he says it's good, but it caught you, you know?
Yeah. So yeah, so everyone says everything is good, and then you a lot of times you'll start to read and you're like, "Dude, this isn't what?"
What
So
chapter? Yeah.
this got me through three books, right? So like,
Dang.
and they're long, dude. Each one is like 160,000 words, 180,000 words, like they're long. So I mean, it was good. I think Sanderson is really cool because he makes everything feel accessible. Like when you're reading it, you're like, I'm not reading the words of a god. Like, I'm reading the words of someone who had a lot of really cool ideas, who is very smart in how they unpack those ideas and make little promises to the reader. If Sanderson has a superpower, he probably has many of them. He would be a Mistborn. He would have all the powers of writing. But one of those powers that people sleep on is a consciousness of the reader at all times. So
Oh,
he knows like I'll read a sentence and I know he's delivering me a promise right in that sentence. So he'll be like, yo, I'm about to unpack this magic system and it's about to be a lot of science for about 50 pages. But it's all gonna be so dope later. So here we go.
ooh,
And
that's
so
pretty cool.
he knows that if he doesn't set moments like that up properly, that he's gonna lose people.
Right.
So he sets it up and he's winking at you, and you're like, okay, okay, I'll go
I
with you.
see, I see you. I
So
see you.
I see you. This is gonna be cool, isn't it? He's like, yeah, it's gonna be real cool. So but I think you have to hook any reader in layers, right? So
Hmm.
he opens up with a really interesting scene, and he hooks you with the world and with the social dynamics, right? All this
Hmm.
crazy stuff happening. Then he hooks you with the Mistborn superhero type character, but with no context. Um,
Yeah, double layer.
and then he gets you into, the main storyline. Um, and he starts to raise a bunch of questions about this kid
Oh,
because she's
yeah.
using luck and she doesn't know what's going on, but you know something's going on. And so now the questions are driving you through the book. And then stuff starts happening, and now he's got you.
Okay,
Um,
I want to stick on. I didn't mean to cut you off, man. I'm getting excited about what you're saying here, and I
excited.
got
We're both excited.
900 questions. All right, so
Ah,
I want to say on book one, and maybe we can go to other books, but I think it's important because we're not just talking about enjoying the story. We're talking about the building of the writing process and the creation of the story a little bit from a consumer perspective right now, right?
yep.
So let's stick on book one. And I'm sure I'll have lots of questions that you're like, that's a book three thing, dude. And I'll go, well, stick on book one. It's on
I've
you
got to
because
read all 800,000 words now.
yeah, oopsie. Okay, so I just want to know like what is what is the world that he's building? And you don't have to give me this full answer, but is the world that he builds in book one the same world that he's gotten the end? Or is it like expounded upon greatly? You know, like some books are like, hey, this is New York City. And you finish the book and you're like, so that's a story in New York City. And that's great actually, because it's very vivid. You understand it. You can there's a whole border around it. And some people go like, we're starting in New York City, and now it's magic New York City. You know, like it enhanced itself, and some people do it very well. And it's Brandon Sanderson. I'm sure he does it well, but but some people don't. So is his kind of like here's setting, and this is where we'll stay. Harry Potter does that actually. They don't really
Yeah.
grow too much. They just expand, being like, did you know there's a prison here?
Yeah.
And they keep their world.
Yeah.
Or, you know, is there something else like weirdly Marvel doesn't keep their world. They keep expanding. They say Black Widow was a spy, and then they're like, did you know Thanos is invading from multidimensional space? And you're like, that's not the same world.
So
um
many worlds.
yeah, yeah.
And so many title screens between every scene.
Lots.
I was here.
Lots.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Yeah, show
Um,
it to me.
I would say this is another great takeaway is, and this is something I believe in as a writer. If I'm writing a story, it's a fantasy sci-fi story, I want the setting to work for me. I want the
Mm.
setting to create emotions and create a vibe and to change every scene and to almost be a secret character, right? Who's
Oh
making
yeah.
everything better. He mastered that. And people would sleep on that, but I think it's crucial and it ends up being crucial to the arc. So you stay in the same world, the world changes, and as that changes, you understand as a reader, you feel all the impacts of that. So if the mist gets worse, ain't gonna be no plans. Everybody gonna die.
Yeah,
If the
yeah.
mist gets better, then like, oh, cool, like things are healing or whatever. And then it's like a long mystery, like what the heck happened to this world? Why is there? It's mist and it's ash. There's just ash falling all the
Mm.
time, and the peasants are
Very
having to
cinematic.
yeah, you see what I mean? The peasants are having to dig it up so they can plant food 24/7. And so you've got a caste system. So you see the setting builds an entire world for you. And there's ebbs and flows in that. And that is a crucial arc to the three-story book arc. What happens to the setting, why it happens, and how is it all going to come around? Is there any healing for the world? The world is broken. So like how
Mhm.
broken, is there any way to make it better?
I like how you said that. It makes me think of like jokes where they go like, "How broken is the world? Is broken. How broken is it?" And you go, "Well, you see, it's
It's
Rodney
real
Dangerfield.
broken.
It's real broken, man. See, it's real broken. See,
It's
uh,
messed up. So yeah, I think he does an awesome job of that. And again, that's something I steal, not from him, but just that no, that's a principle I believe in as a writer. Why not have a dope setting? Why
yeah,
not? You're writing fantasy. This is part of why you write fantasy is so you can place it in an unfamiliar, crazy place and transport people. And then, but here's the other thing that he does is the setting creates mood. And it
mm,
captures it's the right setting for the characters and it's the right setting for the scenes and you feel the heaviness and the impact and the brokenness of it and the fear of it because it's like what's in the mist, like how far can you go, are there monsters in
mm,
the mist, like I don't know, like so
yeah.
it's mysterious and it's
I like
ominous.
that word, mysterious.
Yeah, well I mean that's what so once you get your hooks into a reader
Yeah.
mystery, you have to get them to the point where they buy into the mysteries, and that'll get you through the first half of the book because they're like, what the heck is even going on? And you give them that information little by little.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of want to dad joke this and just keep using the word mist in different things. So you could be like, the mystery of this whole thing is amazing. And, the guys come in, they're so mysterious and like, I can't do enough of them. I'm not
I
that
don't know.
creative.
We should think of a whole bunch of them and just
Yeah. Just
edit it
dad
in.
puns.
The
Yeah. Just me.
mystery. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, dude. So the setting works too, and he got the idea from driving through some freaking fog.
You, Let me give you this actually, because that's a cool idea, but you do this a lot. I want to say one of our shorts, one of our early shorts. I know you guys are watching this. And how do I know? Because if you're not watching this, how could you hear me say, I know you guys are watching this? That's not me being proud. That's me being pragmatic. You can't hear me say it without me saying it and you listening. Anyway,
Yeah.
right?
In the
All three
future,
of you in the
in the future,
future.
because we've grown, and you're coming back to
Yeah.
this video because you're interested in us. Because you
52
saw that
million
video we did a
views.
year from now, and it was real dope.
It was really good. You loved it. Yeah, listen, there's only three humans left on Earth, and you're watching this. It's pretty good. Got, got 'em. We're not there. But I was thinking like we had a short that we did maybe a month or two ago because we just started, and I was talking about the sunlight coming down and people having powers through that system, and it was what you're saying is clicking to me because, and this is what Sam does this in our conversations. Like we're gonna do another thing. I think we're talking about it. It might be about building a whole power system for a whole nother book series. We might do it. This is not a promise, but we're talking about it. And Sam does this every time, and I think it's amazing. Which is he goes, how does the powers or the setting lend itself to the story? He doesn't get lost in how cool is it to fly or how great is it to shoot lasers or how cool is it to sprint forever while you're driving a car, which is not very cool, which is something we used in our last book. But It's very cool to sprint forever. It's not very cool for that to be your power and you're the driver. But
Yes, I love that.
but Sam does that all the time. And I want to ask you personally, did you start that because you were reading Brandon Sanderson, or did you start that naturally because that's who you are? Both answers are great because, genius or learned genius are both acceptable.
I think that so all of my reading is intentional. So
Mhm.
I'm not just reading I'm not just reading fantasy books to just read them. I'm reading them to try to learn things. And so that might be one of those big takeaways where I was like, I want the setting to work for me.
Mhm.
And maybe I stumbled on so my second book, the entire book was basically written by the setting because I started with a picture that I saw on some album art, and I was like, that's dope. And then I
Mhm.
started thinking through the physics of like what would create that setting. And when I backtracked that far enough, I ended up building a really interesting setting that built an entire world and an entire social structure. And that gave me ideas for the book and sparked everything else. And I was spoiled because I wrote that second book really fast. And it turned out that the setting was carrying me along the entire time. And so when I went
Cool.
back to my first book, it's just a whatever setting. And so I was like, ooh, how can I make the setting work for me here too? Because I felt the dissonance of missing that opportunity. And I
Mhm.
was like, dang, I don't why not have that weapon in my arsenal? Because it's literally just if you want it, you have it. Just
Yeah,
go with it.
dude,
So if you
that's
want
so
something
good.
cool, have something cool.
Have
You know
something
what I'm
cool.
saying?
I think that's such a cool power. I want to get into not today, but here's another. This is for you to think about. We break down writing superpowers. Now, I know we kind of played with it a long time ago, but I think we do it in a real way. I'm not trying to put it to Avatar. Just what are writing superpowers that people could have? Anyone could have.
Yep.
And some people are naturally talented at it, and some people work to build it, but they're writing superpowers. I think that'd be really cool to go into at some point. This is giving me a thought. So,
Yeah,
um,
something along the lines of like visualization or something. Maybe you have,
mhm.
people don't talk about this stuff, but maybe when you if you get a picture in your head, you're really good at describing it, you know?
Yes, yeah,
And so you might really want if that's something that you can do, or maybe you're an artist, right? And that's
mhm.
already in your tool bag. Maybe you paint and get inspired. For me, so like paint, get the picture and internalize it, and then let that be a strength for you. Lean on that because your descriptions are going to invoke a lot. And
Yeah.
especially if you choose a setting that where the descriptions match the emotions you're going for. Like
Mm,
often you learn how to use the setting to match emotion. Now all of a sudden you've turned visualization into heart connection. Now you're cooking.
you're cooking. Yeah. It's funny. I think that I think you're better at this than me, but I definitely in my mind have a picture of where I want people to be when things happen. And so I'm very good to, I don't know if I'm very good, but I'm very cognizant and focused on describing where I am a lot of times when I'm getting to a place that matters to me, like they can be in the coffee shop. I describe the coffee shop. It's fine. And then I get to this obelisk black thing where they're standing there on the cliffs of Moher, and I am using. I write too much of this. Sam and I have talked about it. I have to like cut my descriptions down, but I have two paragraphs on what this feels like, what it looks like, and what it smells like that I'm writing about. But it's not. But I'm using it differently than you. And I think that I've learned in our last book project to value what I'm doing, but use it intentionally, if that makes sense. Rather than
So
just being like, I want you to see what I'm painting. I say, I want you to feel where this is, if that makes sense. And I think that feels like what you're talking about, Brandon Sanderson doing. And it feels like, and it's definitely what you do. You do it very well, where you're just like, we're in this place, and there's a burger here, and it's very sawdusty burger. And this is not what he wrote, by the way. It's just summarizing.
it could be right in the right situation, you know?
It'd be, it could be very funny. Steve, our character Steve, might say that exact thing. We're in this place. I don't really know where it's at, but this burger's sawdusty.
It's all dusty, and you know what? I kind of like it.
It's kind of good. Yeah, it's kind of good when the girls are winking at me, and you're like, that doesn't make the burger good, but I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, dude. Yeah, I think you're hitting a home run for me to make me very interested in this book. Um, Let me ask you another one. This is a fun one for the people out there. I don't want to take up all their time, but if Brandon Sanderson's magic system was put onto Marvel, you know, who would get stronger and who would get weaker? So just not all of his magic systems, just this one for Mistborn.
Hmm. Oh, you mean like if certain Marvel characters had different like different abilities and stuff?
Yeah, like if the checks and balances were in from this world, and I know it's got to take a little bit of brain power here, but the checks and balances were in this from that world were put onto Marvel because Marvel doesn't really have checks and balances. They just say Iron Man can create anything. Don't give him time, and then they say so the next character can do, and you're like, well, that's not a that's not a magic system. He's unlimited, and you're like, no, he
Yeah,
can't beat Thor, and you're like, you just said if Thor gives him a week, Thor is going to lose. you know?
I like that. I think whoever is smarter and more creative on their feet would
Mm.
do way better, and whoever's just overpowered would do way worse.
So so Spider Man might be the strongest character. Very smart
And
creator
Iron
on his
Man's gonna
feet.
be incredibly good too. Iron Man actually
Yeah,
reminds
Iron
me
Man
of
would be great.
Kelsier a lot,
Oh, really?
a
Yeah, I mean
lot.
Iron Man would be great. Yeah.
And that's what
So,
Kelsier is. He's the best at pushing and pulling because he's so freaking creative. Like you get into fight scenes and he's utilizing all kind of crap all around him, and he's crazy. So he'll just jump into he knows he can ad lib with the best of them. So he'll jump into a pile, be like, I'll figure it out, and it'll work out most of the time, like because he's so creative, and so that's kind of more of his superpower is how quick he is on his feet. Spider-Man. Iron Man would be really good. Vision would be terrifyingly good.
yeah.
Freaking robot
Ro-
guy or whatever.
robotically accurate. Yeah.
Yeah, so someone who's just like tricky and think outside the box would be
Mm.
devastating. And Vin is kind of like that. Vin pulls some creative stuff that's kind of nuts. And
Feels
everyone's
like
like,
Ant
"Holy
Man.
crap, how did you think of that?" Wow, you know?
Wow. Yeah, yeah. I was saying I think Ant Man would work his way up the ladder in this world then. Like a
Yeah.
very it's the talky people that are able to get themselves through situations charismatically with quick thinking, like you
Yep.
said, that do it. Interesting. Sorry,
Yep.
Thor, you're going down the list, buddy.
Thor would get nerfed pretty bad. Yeah, Thor would
Get
get
nerfed
nerfed,
pretty
and
pretty
probably
bad.
Hulk. They get nerfed. Whoever's just
Yeah.
freaking strong because they're strong, they get nerfed.
And they get nerfed.
Yeah,
Ah, very interesting, man. This is a I want to
that's a
keep
good
talking
question. You
about
made me
this.
think.
I saw you going through it. Uh
Hmm.
oh, okay. Let me give you here's one last question for you.
All right.
Because I don't want we can get we'll come back here for book two.
Yep.
Um,
Sounds
out of
good.
all the books, how many are there? Three?
There was like seven, dude.
Perfect.
So,
So it's not seven. So one
so
out of
three for
seven.
the first. You got the first three, and it completes an entire arc, and then he time jumps to a whole different setting, whole different set of characters for the next.
Oh,
That's what I'm going to read this in 26. I'm going to read
okay.
those.
All right. Let's keep it on the first three, though. This is very much just what you think. Of
Okay.
the first three, you read them all. What is rate one to three? Place number the book number one. Place number. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying it weird. Book number one. Place it out of one, two, three in terms of your liking. One being the best. And so book one is it three, two, or one on your list of the first three?
I think it's two.
Two. Ooh, that's a good start.
It's solid, but I think it's number two.
Is this going to be an Empire Strike Back thing where like book two is number one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
and people would disagree with me. I'd be super interested to see what people think. Pop it in the comments. I'm not right or
Mm-hmm.
wrong. Two gets very slow in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
but the way they expand on the magic system is nuts. All the different
Mm.
elements they throw in there is dope. There's a ton of tension because it's set in siege warfare. So like they're in a city and there's all these armies besieging them. And then the last battle is just freaking nuts. It's like and it's the setting too. It's snowing and it's like slush and ash and ice and it's crazy. But there's a whole nother magic system that gets influenced, that gets brought in, and you get to watch it happen. And then they've expanded on the first magic system, and you get to watch that happen, and it's all happening at once. And
I'm I'm now excited about book two. Honestly, I'm throwing my hands up because I'm like I want to ask you questions about book two, but
when
we
I say
promised each
it's
other.
slow, there's 300 pages that you could maybe like cut. Like it's so slow. In the middle is so slow. Like I heard people like knocking it. They're just like, what like even happens in this? Like, but if you I still think it was the best because of some of the stuff that happens. And there's like some shapeshifter type people, and you don't know who they are. So
Ooh, I
like you
like
could
that.
be dead right now, and you could be a shapeshifter, and I would not know. And so you
I wish
introduce
I could
that
do an edit to
mystery.
where like my eyes blinked this way, like or they can
Yeah.
be like, who knows?
So, but there's not like a tell. So they're trying to root out a spy and they can't. And
Oh, that's cool.
that propels you through the slow spots because you're just like, was
Is
that
this
even
a
a real conversation that just happened? I don't know.
right?
So again, smart, Mr. Sanderson. It's very smart.
Very smart, Mr. Sanderson. Very smart. I wanna talk to you about book two, but we talked to each other about this being a book one combo. So I will pull myself back. Join us next time here on the Writers Block. Sam, Mark, Writers Block.
Let us know your thoughts. And hey, if there's some good comments on this, we'll discuss them in the next video. We're excited about
Yeah.
this. This week has been all Mistborn, and we're gonna have a couple more little conversations about this stuff because we're reading it, because we're growing, because we're learning, because we're gonna write awesome stuff too.
Ooh, join us on this trip. Yeah. No, guys, this is great. Thank you for joining us. We'll talk to you next time. See you on the Writers Block.
Awesome.